here's one for you to try. I've kept up the same graphs, f of x and g of x, that we used in the last problem. So if you already have these in your notes, you don't need to copy them down again. But I've built a new function out of them. K of x is x over f of x times g of x, and I'm asking you to evaluate k prime of 4. I'll just point out that in the denominator you have a product, so you're going to be using product rule inside of quotient rule on this one. Go ahead and pause the video, work that one out. Okay, again, if we're looking for the derivative at a point, that's a two-step process. Get a formula, then plug in the point. So, k prime of x, the whole thing is a fraction, so the whole thing is a quotient. So, that's going to be low, f of x times g of x, d high times the derivative of x, minus high, x, d low, times the derivative of f of x times g of x, all over square the bottom, and away we go. Okay, so let's go back and evaluate some of those derivatives. So this is going to be f of x times g of x. The derivative of x is just 1. Minus x. Now here I'm going to put some brackets because now I'm taking the derivative of this product. That's going to be product rule. F prime of x times g of x plus f of x times g prime of x, all over f of x times g of x quantity squared. Okay, so this is my formula for the derivative. Now what I want to do is plug in 4. So, hate having this small board. I will erase this and write things up here. So k prime of 4 is equal to, all the x's become 4's. So f of 4 times g of 4 minus x becomes 4, and that's times the quantity f prime of 4 times g of 4, so that's a 4, plus f of 4 times g prime of 4, all over f of 4 times g of 4 quantity squared. Okay, so now I'm going to be looking some things up from the graph, and as I look them up, I'm just going to record them over here. Okay, so what's f of 4? Well, here's f, here's 4. It looks like we're constant at a height of -2 at that point. Okay. So that's going to be a -2 times g of 4. Let's get that. So here's g. Okay. Let's see. Over here at 4, we're on this line segment. So we were going up at a rate of 1/2. So every time we go over 2, we go up 1. So -2, -2. Then we were at 0, -1. We'll be at 2, 0. Looks like we'll be at 4, 1. So g of 4 will be 1 minus 4 copies of f prime of 4. Let's see, this was f. 4 were over here. Might as well label that was 4, -2. This is part of a horizontal line segment. Slope of a horizontal line is just 0. So that's going to become 0. It's times g of 4, which we just calculated as 1, but the 0 is basically going to kill that off. But I still need to add to that f of 4, which we said was -2, times g prime of 4. So I can write in f prime of 4 was 0. Now let's calculate g prime of 4. That was part of this line, where we said the slope of that line segment was 1/2. So that'll be 1/2 all over f of 4 we said was -2 times g of 4 we said was 1, and we've got to square that. So let's see, that's going to be -2 minus 4 times what's in brackets here is going to simplify to 0 minus 1. That was a positive 1/2. So that's just negative 1. And on bottom, negative 2 times 1 is negative 2. Squared is 4. So let's see, that's negative 2 minus 4 times negative 1 is plus 4. So that's going to be 2 over 4, which would simplify to 1/2. All right, good stuff.